not logical. I don't know who convinced the president to put that in or what he's thinking about, but it's a bad place to start and it's a bad place to stop. Just keep in mind, Social Security has never contributed, as my friend Bernie Sanders keeps repeating, Social Security has never contributed a dime to the deficit.
Right.
And they want to cut about, they talk about cutting entitlements. Social Security is not an entitlement, folks.
Right.
Never been an entitlement. It is an earned benefit. People pay into it all their lives. You want to talk about cutting entitlements? How about cutting the tax break entitlements for the wealthy in this country, big corporations? Now you'll save some real money.
This is not about just simple opposition. This is about a concrete value that all of us believe in. And we should not be providing the Republican Party and this Congress a trophy they've always wanted, to begin to dismantle fundamental programs that the American people want, have supported, and continue to support. I would suggest that as this debate goes forward, that the opposition to the president's budget and to the initiatives by the Republican Party to cut benefits and Social Security will continue to meet not only with the resistance of my colleagues here, but with the majority, strong resistance of the American people. This is about cutting benefits. This is about robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is exactly what the American people don't want.
Well, I am delighted to be here with my friends in the Progressive Caucus, Senator Harkin, and we're also standing with groups like the AFL-CIO and Rich Trumper and millions of workers. We're standing with the AARP and the National Committee to Defend Social Security and millions of seniors. We're standing here today with every veterans organization in this country, and we're standing here with the National Organization for Women. What we are here doing is not just us. We are representing tens of millions of Americans who are saying that at a time when we have more wealth and income inequality in this country than at any time since the 1920s, you do not balance the budget on the backs of the elderly, the children, the sick, and the poor.
That's right.
Now, does anybody really believe that we have too much retirement security in this country?
No.
Does anybody believe that our seniors are well enough off and should be the ones to give more up at a time when it's obvious to all that U.S. corporations are not paying their fair share? Does anybody believe that this is the time to make economic inequality worse? Does anyone here really believe that our private pension system is flourishing, or that American workers can amass secure retirement savings accounts that can be counted on to last a lifetime? And who here believes that Americans can rely on the equity in their homes for financial security? See, I know something about bargaining. And even when you comprise or you compromise, you don't give up a fundamental value. And Social Security represents the best of American values, and more importantly, it works. So we call on the President and members of Congress to use our collective energy to protect and enhance rather than diminish one of the nation's finest, most popular family protections, and one program that helps the disabled more than any other. Thanks for being here.
Go Richard! We're here with PCCC, Social Security Works, Democracy for America, MoveOn.org, Credo Action, and many other organizations standing with us here today to protect Social Security. This is 2 million plus, represents 2 million plus petitions, signatures that we have delivered standing with us today.
The budget offered by the Obama administration does have some important and vital programs that will be investments. However, in an effort to compromise with the Republicans, it contains wrong-headed provisions that extracts revenues from middle class and lower middle class and poor pocketbooks instead of wealthy corporate interests. I think it's important to note that the change CPI was originally a Boehner-McConnell demand in the negotiations back in December. But it was a bad idea then, and it's a really bad idea now.
That's right.
We should not be negotiating with those who want to take Social Security benefits hostage, because Granny is simply not a bargaining chip. It's time that the Republicans agree to raise revenues that put people back to work in good-paying jobs without demanding cuts to Medicare and Social Security in exchange. Go to one of the food pantries at the end of the month, you will see senior citizens in line. It's easy to say that the change CPI would be a modest benefit cut, but for them, any benefit cut is too much. Social Security should never be part of a grand bargain, because Social Security doesn't contribute one thin dime to the deficit. It has a $2.7 trillion surplus and can pay 100% of benefits for the next 2 decades. On a separate track, we could solve its modest long-term gap by lifting the wage cap. Right now, it's $113,700. After that, people don't pay a penny into Social Security. We can do that without cutting benefits.
We're just talking about what is best for our seniors, for our veterans, and for those that are in need. And so what we're doing today is galvanizing. Now, I am sure that our president is going to take into consideration the reality of why we're standing out here today. And that's very, very important. The next thing we want to do is just end the sequester.
Yeah!
Let's repeal sequester. It was an accidental mistake in the beginning. We thought it would make us shape up and do the right thing, and when we did nothing, we got the sequester. HR 900. And so what I'm asking all of us to do is keep focused on what the #1 domestic issue is in this country. Create jobs and end unemployment. This is a battle that can be won.
Yes.
Because most people, once they understand it, they're with us. And so we are thankful to Ellison and Grajava, and we're going to take this out to our states, to our congressional districts.
That's right.
Now, we're going to get ready to go into this, into our caucus meeting. We're going to make it clear, not just within our caucus, but really make it clear to the president. We've stood with you. It's time for you to stand with the seniors of this country. It's time for you to stand on their side and say that we're not going to tolerate a benefits cut. And if you're worried about Social Security insolvency, lift the cap on Social Security. I mean, that is the easiest solution to this, so that people who are making $113,000 actually pay into the system. And then we wouldn't be dealing with Social Security solvency for generations and generations and generations. Now, there are those who say that we don't want to do anything when it comes to reforming entitlements. But the question is, what is the right thing to do that's going to protect our seniors? What is the right thing to do?